going through the new doctors, one thing I found real quick was that changing doctors and changing cities, was the best thing I could do. Because now, all of a sudden, I had a whole team of doctors coming to me saying, yeah, what happened to you up in Seattle wasn't right. They should have taken care of you a long time ago. They should not have made you wait. The only thing it'll do is make me mad if I dwell on it. So I'm trying not to dwell on it. But, sometimes it does really tick me off because I could be in a much better physical shape right now if I didn't have to deal with this. Well, now basically, I've got drop foot on both feet. When I try to walk, it makes it real hard when you're tripping all over your own feet. My spine doctor now just told me, well, I've got Cauda Equina syndrome, is what they call it, CES. And that's because of the permanent nerve damage. And they said that they had, because the scar tissue was so bad for so long on those nerves, she said she highly doubts that it'll ever heal. They usually say, okay, about 2 years for nerve regrowth. Little bump there. But because there was pressure against those nerves for 9 months, and it didn't let up at all for almost 9 months, there's basically not a lot of hope that they're giving me a lot of hope that things will improve. I'm trying to keep a good attitude about the whole thing because I know attitude is everything. If you don't have a good attitude, then nothing's going to be good. To the point where I could only walk with crutches and AFOs, ankle braces, to keep me from dragging my feet and tripping over everything, and my balance is shot because I can't feel my feet anymore. And I got problems with my legs, my knees giving out. Forearm crutches is pretty much the only way I can walk anywhere. Walking irritates the nerves so much that I have days where I'll go out and do something for an hour or two, and it takes me 2 or 3 days after to recover. It's called payback pain. You go out and you do something and you pay for it. You get payback pain. Well, what has improved, because even with the crutches, it's just seriously painful to keep walking. In fact, right now my feet, I haven't been driving for a little bit. I did a little bit of walking with crutches today, and my feet are just on fire. What has improved my mobility is that a couple of weeks ago, I ended up going on a trip. Well, about a month ago, I ended up going on a trip. And on that trip, I ended up, under the advice of a physical therapist, I ended up ordering a wheelchair to go on the trip with. And on that trip, I was able to do more. I was able to survive through quite a bit more of my day with a lot less pain because I wasn't having to deal with walking and the impact it caused on the nerves. But I'll cover that a little more later.